It's right here. That's what did it. You've seen it before, right, Mike? Changed you, didn't it? No? It wasn't that we smoked cover crops and we saw things differently. No. The soil spoke to us. Okay, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you. Joe, you're going to hook it up. Well, not yet. Okay, let me stand up there real quick and I'll show you. Well, I can do it from here. Okay, let me tell you what we got here. From the top here, we have conventional soil. This came from the same, very close to the same farm. This is the typical practice that we do. But before I do that, I'm jumping guns here. Each pan has holes. See that? We're going to measure infiltration and we're going to measure runoff. That's what we're going to measure. We're going to make it rain. People call this the rain simulator. I call it nature's very crude model how it works. Nature does 4 things every day. When I walk on your operation, I look for these 4 processes with a shovel. Shovel. They say the human eye is the window to the soul. My shovel is through the window of the soul of the soil. I'll tell you right away where you're at. Because this group is so big, and if you have me come back, we'll break it up into groups and we go to the field and then we'll show you some more. Let's continue. Okay. So Joe and I worked pretty hard yesterday, and Tim, we collected soil from a conventional tilled, then conventional tilled with wheat, monocultural alfalfa. Monocultural alfalfa. Okay? Then we got an alfalfa grass mix. And then we found a site, undisturbed site where it has not been disturbed for years. It's grass spot right by the edge of the road, right next to where they have a facility. Nobody's touched it for years and years and years. Okay? So this is the first. So what this model does, not only it shows me the water cycle, but it shows me the number of other things first. It's the 4 things I want to talk to you about first. Farmers, your number 1 job on your ranch and farm is to capture sun. Convert that sun into chemical energy. The plant does that. That's called photosynthesis. The plant captures light energy, protons, waves, converts it into chemical energy to feed microbes. Feed the microbes. The plant says to the microbes, I give you liquid sun, you bring the zinc, the phosphorus, the minerals out of the rock. Fungi, bacteria, and plants do that. That's called photosynthesis. Now, the other thing is I want a water cycle. 60% of our water comes from the ocean. Humidity, heat. The other 40% comes from inland. From plants evapotranspiring. Who would have thought that 40% of our rain comes from plants doing their thing? Evapotranspiring. 40%. That's called the small water cycle. So I got to capture sun. I got to have a functioning water cycle. When you turn that pivot on, I want the water to go in the soil. That's the completion of a water cycle, folks. And I'm going to show you, without aggregates, without microbes, there is no completion of the water cycle. And then the other thing, third, nutrient cycle. If the water doesn't get into the soil for the microbes, you get no nutrient cycling. Nutrient cycling, fertilizer bag is not the nutrient cycle. It is a tool. It is a salt. It is a tool. Okay? Please understand that. That is not the nutrient cycle. By the way, when you put fertilizer, 60% of the fertilizer never reaches the plant. It goes to the mafia first. Microbes are the mafia. They get paid first, then they feed the plant. Please understand that. Over 60% of that fertilizer put out there is lost. Evapotranspired, microbes take it, does not go to the plant. Make that very clear. The last one, and I think it's probably the most critical one. This is the one that we have a lot of control over. It's called the cycle of life. Diversity. You see those phones that Cullen is holding? That iPhone? That is a piece of plastic and silicone and metal, and is worthless without software. The software of the planet is insects, animals, plants, life, life, life. They run the planet. That's what keeps our planet different from Mars. The microbial life is going, we're going to talk about that. This right here has more diversity here. So this is showing us it's capturing sun. We have photosynthesis going on, water cycle, nutrient cycle. So this shows more than we've ever imagined. So I'm going to make it rain. So we're going to see, does our land practices affect the soil ecosystem? Remember, if the water runs off, the soil is not functioning. It is not functioning. It was designed to infiltrate. Okay, everybody ready? Go. Let's turn that. You got to turn that. Hold on a second. Before, I'll help you out. We need to turn that thing on the top first. I lost my remote. I'll help you here. I don't know.